Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. Tonight's video is just going to be a back to basics video for the beginners to help you guys that are just getting into this, okay? So if you're a more experienced crypto campaigner, then you probably don't need to watch this video, and I just wanted to let you guys know that now. So I've had a few questions come in, so which trading platforms are best and how to store cryptocurrency safely offline in cold wallets. So I'm just going to go over those quickly now. If you're just new to my channel, watch the introduction to cryptocurrency exchanges and even storing my cryptocurrency beginner's guide. But I'm going to go into how to safely store it offline in a little bit more detail now. So now, previously, I used to always recommend the Jax Wallet as one of my favorite wallets, as you can pair your devices, your phones, your iPads, your laptops, all that sort of thing. Really friendly interface. They support lots of different cryptocurrencies now, but recently there's been some issues, and they're basically saying that the backup file. So a lot of these wallets I'm going to talk about have a backup file that they save to your computer, and the worry with the Jax wallet was that if a hacker ever gets into your computer at home or whatever, they can rip that backup file out and restore your wallet without it being encrypted. So that basically means that all these wallets have passwords or PIN numbers and backup phrases if you ever lose them, but they can bypass all those layers of security if you're using a sort of a desktop version of Jax, and they find where that file is on your computer and rip it off. So now but for beginners, I sort of tend to only recommend Jax as a hot wallet now. So if I'm traveling around work or just want a few coins on my mobile or whatnot, I'll just keep a small amount of crypto on my Jax wallet here. So that's all I really recommend that one for now for beginners, but still a really good product, and they might even fix that security flaw in the future. But just want to let you guys know that. So the safest way to store your crypto, bar none, is the Ledger products. Okay, so these are hardware wallets. So you connect to your computer via USB. The Ledger Nano is my favorite. I've got a link below, okay? Please use that if you're going to buy one of these things. These basically, you download the app off the official website here, install their software, and then whenever you want it, you can store your crypto on that little hardware device or USB stick. Put that in a safe or lock it up in a drawer somewhere, and then that's how you sort of recover it each time. And again, such a safe way to store these. It's off the internet altogether. There's no way that these things can be hacked if you store your ledgers safely, okay? And whenever you go into any of these websites, I'll just touch on it now. Make sure you go to the official websites. There's plenty of phishing sites out there, and what phishing sites will do, they're basically phishing for people that do a quick Google search, and they might have a address that looks like this and just have an E missing or only one L. And if you accidentally go to that website, it all looks official, and you'll be downloading their malware basically, and there's scams out there, phishing sites that are looking to take your crypto. So always make sure you're on the official site. Look for this secure tab as well, okay? And I don't want any guys losing your crypto. So now Ledger support Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of the big coins. I think they're even starting to support more altcoins now as well. So they've got their Ripple wallet there as well. So really good customer support if you ever need anything, but really basic stuff. You download that software, you buy the product, it'll walk you through step by step. All these wallets have got your addresses, just will tell you where to send it, sell your coins from the online exchange. And think of those addresses I've spoken about in previous videos as like your BSB and account number for your online banking. That address is all you need to know to sort of send Bitcoin to and from. And then that private key is sort of like your password or how you unlock your different wallets and addresses each time. Okay, so now the best one for Ethereum and all your different Ethereum tokens, so Augur, Gnosis, all those ones I've sort of been speaking about. This is My Ether Wallet. So this is just a website you can load up here. But what it does, it allows you to safely restore your wallet from different backups. So the best way to do this is basically download an encrypted keystone file. So this UTC file will save on your computer, on your hard drive. I think the default is to your downloads, but once it's in your downloads, you want to make multiple copies of that. So put a copy on a USB, put a copy on a hard drive, take it off your computer, and that way it's safe. It's offline again entirely. And whenever you want to access your funds, plug in that USB or that external hard drive, click on locate your wallet file. All you're going to do is sort of you click on your file, and that'll import it, and it'll ask you for your password that you've made when it helps you set up your wallet. So if you click on new wallet there, that'll set you up a designated address. It'll ask you for passwords, and then it'll ask you to save this file somewhere and back it up and copy it and whatnot. Okay, so again, Ethereum and all your tokens, this is probably one of the safest wallets and safest ways to keep it offline if you're not going to use the ledgers. Now, if you're using smaller coins or ones that aren't accepted, there's no one right answer. So I'm just going to do a quick search here for Litecoin. I'm going to make sure I go to the official Litecoin site, spelt correctly. It's going to load up here. Again, we've got the secure bar there, so I know I'm on the official Litecoin website. And then I'm going to click on recommended wallets. And then this is going to ask you to download whatever sort of software you're using, you're running. But Electrum's another one that now has a hardware sort of desktop wallet, version out for Litecoin as well. But my point here is always go to the whatever coin you're using. A lot of them should have official wallets that they recommend and download off their official sites, because for a lot of these smaller coins there isn't a one wallet fits all solution. And again, once you download your wallet, you should have that backup file in a given location on your computer. Make a copy of that. Make sure you set up passwords or PIN numbers when you download these wallets. Just add as many layers of security as you can if you're going to store your coins yourself at home on your computer, okay? Now, the next thing I just want to go over quickly, actually, so before I do that, I'm just going to show you the Electrum wallet. So this is another one that I use for Bitcoin. It's got my wallet saved there. If I want to import a wallet from a USB or off a hard drive or whatever, it's going to ask me the location of the little default wallet file there to import, and then it's going to ask you for your password. This will help you set it all up when you install it. It'll take you through step by step what to do. Then I haven't got any transactions here in the moment. If I want to send something, it's got all your options there. If you're sending your coins from Coinbase, say, to this is your address, or if you can scan this QR code, that's the same as your address. So really easy to receive Bitcoin with the Electrum hard desktop wallet and store it on your home computer. Okay, so the next thing I want to just touch on quickly is sending coins off exchanges. So if I go to the dashboard here and I've got some Bitcoin, if I just want to send that to my Electrum wallet, for example, I just click on this little thing here. That'll copy it to the clipboard for me. Recipient, paste that Bitcoin address. I always want to check the first few and the last few to make sure I haven't accidentally missed something, but copying and pasting is a safe way to go. And then I can just my wallet Bitcoin, yep, select an amount to send, write a message or whatever. If you're doing a donation, for example, and you want to send a message or something like that, okay, put that in there, and that'll send it to my wallet. Now keep in mind, Bitcoin transactions have been slower than normal recently. Ethereum as well is really congested with all the ICOs, so don't panic. As long as you know you've sent it to the same address, you can always go to blockchain.info if you're sending Bitcoins, and that'll show you the number of transactions that are going through at the moment, the number of blocks, and how many confirmations your transaction has got, so you know it's been sent from one address to your other address if you want some peace of mind. So now I hope all of you guys have opened a Coinbase account. I'll put the links for the Coinbase and CoinJar. Now they're the two ones that I really recommend, and I know you might have a smallish buy limit as you start off, but that's going to grow each week. Make sure you enter all your personal information in the settings, and that'll increase as well over time, your limit, once you add those details. And again, CoinJar will let you link a bank account, another good Australian one, let you buy and sell. But a lot of you guys have been asking me how's best to trade. So if you're having trouble buying large amounts and you're getting straight into this, the local Bitcoins will have a lot of users. Make sure you're using a user with plenty of transactions, 100% trust history. And this guy here is letting you buy up to 20 grand of Bitcoin off him at a time, okay? And he'll probably ask you for your personal details, so send me a copy of your license or your passport so he knows you're not going to fraud him. And that's probably another point I should just touch on quickly if you're new to this. So when I first got into this, there wasn't a lot of trusted users because it was sort of the Wild West and everyone was only getting into it a few years ago. But someone asked me if Polypay is safe, and Polypay is safe. I'd prefer to stick to these other methods personally, but if you accidentally send some Bitcoin or sell some Bitcoin to an untrusted user and they might pay you the funds with the credit card and that money will show up in your bank and then you'll release your Bitcoin from the escrow here, which is how this works. It sort of goes into escrow until both parties are happy. But if you click, yes, I've got my Bitcoin that I've sold, I'm happy, what they can do, the fraud guys that are out there to scam you will do a chargeback, and they can do chargebacks on PayPal or credit cards, and I'm not sure if they can do chargebacks on Polypay, but there is a dispute sort of resolution center on Polypay. But you just want to be careful because that's how people get money out of you. You think you're selling your Bitcoin for a really good price, but it's normally too good to be true if they're paying more than everyone else, okay? And that's just another thing to be aware of if you're going to use peer-to-peer exchanges like local Bitcoin. So another way that I've mentioned before to go in and out, if you've bought Bitcoin, you decide you want to change to Litecoin, or these guys support so many coins now. All you need is your address. They'll tell you once you click on continue here and proceed with the transaction. They'll tell you an address to send your Bitcoin to for them, and they'll ask you for your Litecoin address that you want to receive and shoot it back to your wallet or whatnot. Okay, so another really cool site if you're changing between coins. Now, the next thing I just want to touch on is the best trading exchanges that you guys have asked me to talk about. So, for me, you only really need to use 2 or 3, and I know there's heaps out there, and if you've already used one that you like, okay, I'm sorry if I don't mention it, but I've been trading for years and I've never had any trouble with these sort of exchanges. Now, recently, I know Poloniex has had some withdrawal issues if you're taking out large amounts and their customer support hasn't been great, but again, this stuff is the Wild West. It's all new. There's not one answer that's right. I can't say, oh, just use this exchange, they're perfect. But if you're going to trade smaller coins, Poloniex. If you're going to trade the big coins, I always recommend Bitfenix. This is the #1 crypto trading exchange in the world. Now, a lot of these ones you can't actually send money to. You can only send Bitcoin to. So deposit some Bitcoin or Etherium. Same with Bitfinex, deposit your coins and then you can trade in and out of other coins, or you can trade into what they call US dollar tethers. So these things aren't banks or financial institutions as such, so they're not allowed to hold huge amounts of US dollars. So what they do is they create a token called a US dollar tether, and that basically is a one-to-one value. So one tether US dollar equals one US dollar. And that way, if you want to sell and trade, you can keep your money on the side in the US dollar tether, and it doesn't actually sit there in dollars as such, but it basically is the same thing for all intents and purposes. So another one, if you're trading really small coins that aren't even on Poloniex, is Bittrex. I know these guys list about just about everything, and even in different pairs, so Ethereum pairs as well as the Bitcoin pairs there. And like I said, all of these exchanges have the US dollar tether active now because they're not US financial institutions. They're not allowed to use US dollars, okay? So I hope that covers everything reasonably well. Again, with these exchanges, you're going to be given wallet addresses. Think of those as BSB and account numbers. If you're depositing, make sure you use the right wallet address for the type of crypto you're depositing, so you can't send Ethereum to a Bitcoin address and vice versa, okay? So make sure if you're sending from A to B, you're using the same type of wallet address. But I hope that covers the basics. Beware of those phishing sites. Like I said, for me, I've only ever used these big mainstream sites, and I know Coinbase has had a bit of congestion recently, but you've got to understand we've just had so many thousand users jump into crypto lately, and these guys just weren't prepared. And I'm more than happy that my coins are safe on Coinbase if I ever need them. Okay, and I have had horror stories in the past of using smaller exchanges or smaller trading sites, and they go belly up at the first sign of someone getting hacked or something going wrong, and you don't want to fall victim to that. So stick to these mainstream ones if you can. So Please use all the links below in the description, guys. Like and share this video around. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to the guys who've been sending me small donations. I really appreciate that. I'm putting hours in each day to try and bring you guys the best content and keep you up to date. And please let me know what other videos you'd like me to do in the future. Thanks, guys.